Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. Um, my timer's counting down. I'm just So we are going to go ahead and get started. Um, this is Magic School AI for math teachers. My name is Sherry Marks. With me today, I also have Marissa Lopez and Joshua Voiles. Us three are your instructional technology coordinators for Midland ISD. And then we also have Alexandria Behill, who is our integration specialist. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you don't know how to get to Magic School AI, I'm going to go over that first. You would go to your class link. Attendance will be taken, and you will be getting an hour credit. Mhm. Uh, I'm logging into my class link. Is there anyone else that can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you. Jennifer, can you try logging off and logging back in?
I can hear you also.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. So to get to Magic School AI, you're gonna log into your class link. I know mine looks a little bit differently. Um, and you're just gonna go to this big purple M. It takes a minute. Okay, so I am going to talk about four different tools, three of which are specifically math tools, and then I am going to talk about a chatbot. So the first ones that I am going to talk over, let me I'm gonna move my presentation over. Give it just a minute. See, Marissa had this issue yesterday, and now I'm having some issues. Uh, so the first teacher tool that I'm going to talk about is Math Story Problems. So this quickly generates engaging real-world math story problems that connect concepts to everyday situations and spark student interest. So how I found all of these math tools is I went to teacher tools and I just typed in math. And then I'm going to do this math story word problems first. So you'll see that the grade level is third grade, number of questions is 3, and then it even allows you to put in the math standard. So what I have done is I have already went to the MISD curriculum page, and I clicked on math, and then from there, I opened up this third grade TEKS snapshot, which is this page. And I'm just going to grab one. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab summarize a data set with multiple categories using a frequency table, dot plot, pictograph, or bar graph with scale intervals. So I'm going to just copy that. And I go back to Magic School AI. And I'm going to insert it. And then my story topic, it gives you like Beyonce's concert. I am pregnant and I love pickles, so I'm going to say pickles. But I did love pickles before I ever got pregnant. And I'm going to generate. So then it gives you these three problems. So for example, this first one says, Miss Johnson's Pickle Shop keeps track of their pickle sales each week. For the past week, they have sold dill pickles 45 jars, sweet pickles 32 jars, spicy pickles 28 jars, and garlic pickles 15 jars. Create a bar graph to show the pickles sales data. Remember to label your axis, give your graph a title, and make sure your scale is appropriate. The thing about teacher tools is that you can't actually assign these to students. They are something for you to use to help in your classroom. So I have these three problems. It would be easy for me to copy and paste into a Kami blank document, or I could even go into a form or anything like that. I'm going to give you some examples later in the training where you can also assign these. But any questions about the math story word problems? They are super easy to use. And again, I just grabbed the TEK and I copied and pasted it. Okay. So the next tool that I'm going to use, I'm just going to go back to tools. I'm going to use the Math Spiral Review. So I taught 7th grade math. And I remember the frustration I would get because we would start with a TEK and we wouldn't touch on that TEK again until like the second semester. Well, the second semester, whenever we're touching on it again, my kids have already forgotten it. So this Math Spiral Review would be something that I would really, really use, especially for TEKs that I've already taught. So what is this Math Spiral Review? So it creates customized spiral reviews to reinforce previously taught skills, giving students consistent practice in helping teachers track understanding over time. So I opened up my tools, my teacher tools. Again, I'm just sticking with 3rd grade. The number of problems, I'm going to stick with 5. In math content, I am going to stick in the standards. So I'm going to go back to this TEK snapshot. And I do want to grab some more readiness standards. And I think I'm going to grab this set of multiplication and division of whole numbers. And I'm just going to highlight everything and copy and paste it. And then additional criteria, I can make them all word problems or make them mix some easy and some difficult. I'm going to make some easy and some difficult. And then I'm also going to enter my TEKs down here as well. And at the very end of the semester, right before we're testing, I would definitely be using this because this TEK snapshot file, I can download it and I can upload it right here. So this would be easy to just do my entire year and have them all spiral review right before STAR. And then I'm going to click generate, and I'm going to give it a little bit of time. All right, so multiplication with equal groups. Sarah has 4 baskets. Each basket has 6 apples. How many apples does Sarah have in all? And so the correct answer is 24. Magic School AI is awesome because it also gives you the answer. So this is just how you use teacher tools. Again, teacher tools are only going to be tools that you use on your own. So I'm going to give you some examples, but I want to make sure that you understand teacher tools are not something you actually assign to your students, that students can do inside Magic School AI. If you go to Output History, right here under Teacher Tools, you will see all of the tools that I have used in Teacher Tools. And so now I'm actually going to bring my Canva back over. It's just going to take a minute. Okay, so how I would use my teacher tools. I would use them for warm-ups or bell ringers, exit tickets, small group practices, class discussion, homework, stations or centers, or quizzes and checks for understanding. Most of your teacher tools that I've shown you today can be put in Google Forms. It also can be put in a blank document in Kami. So for example, you can put these questions in Kami and make an AI assignment and assign it through Google Classroom, and it will auto grade for you. Or you can print out the questions on cardstock and make them a station. Any questions about teacher tools before I move on to student tools? Okay. So the student tools that we have for math is one, and it's Math Review. So this provides students with personalized math practice on key skills and concepts, offering instant feedback and targeted support. So let's go back into Magic School AI and let's find this tool so that we can assign it to our students. So student tools. So you have Magic tools, so these are going to be your teacher tools. Magic Student also has student tools. So I'm going to do math, and I'm going to do Math Review. So the tool description, generate review questions to improve your math skills and understanding. I want it 3rd grade, and I am going to use the same TEKS that I let my student that I did on the spiral review. And number of questions, let students decide. I'm just going to stick with 5. And I can even go into additional fields. So for example, student needs practice with word problems. So if you know your students are going to struggle with word problems, you can put that there. Do you have a question? Learning objective or goal for this chat, you can also put in a learning objective And then additional instructions specify any additional instructions, restrictions, guardrails, or criteria you want the AI to follow. So I'm just going to stick with this. It's going to be simple. And I can actually start a review or a preview. And I thought this was really neat whenever I was practicing for this earlier today, because I didn't really know how it would look for a student. So it says, "Hi, I'm here to help you practice some math problems today. I'll be asking you 5 questions about multiplication and division, working with arrays, and finding areas of rectangles. These are all topics you've been learning in class. Let me start with the first question. Sarah has 4 rows of stickers with 6 stickers on each row. How many stickers does Sarah have in total? You can solve this by thinking about multiplication by drawing it out. What is your answer?" So I can say Sarah has 24 stickers, and how I know this is I created 4 rows with 6 stickers in each row, and that equals 24. So then it's going to go on to the next problem. It's going to make sure that it tells them, yes, you've got that right. And let's see what happens if I get something wrong. Look at this word problem. There is 35 apples that need to be put into bags. Each bag can hold 7 apples. How many bags do you need? And I'm just going to say 8 bags. I know that's incorrect, but I'm going to just say 8 bags. So then it goes into, that's not quite right. Let me help you think through this step by step. You have 35 apples total, and each bag holds 7 apples. When you need to split a total amount into equal groups, that's a division problem. Try thinking, how many groups of 7 can I make with 35? You could even draw it out and think about your multiplication facts. What times 7 gives you 35? Give it another try. And I am going to say 5. So it gives me that I got it correct, and it explains it a little bit more, and then it goes into the next question. So I'm going to save this room, and I'm going to just name it and I'm going to save it. So once I save it, I can assign it in my Google Classroom. So I'm going to click on Google Classroom. I'm going to click on Sherry Marks. And there you'll see Magic School AI for Teacher Session 1. Follow this link to join your Magic School for Students room, and then it has the link. And then I'm going to click Assign. And then I want to go to View. So whenever my students come here, they'll be able to click here, and they will be able to join the room by clicking here. If you are not ready to assign your rooms, I can go to rooms. And while I have already assigned this one, like this Magic School AI for Teachers, this was something I was playing with earlier, I can lock it or pause it and not assign it to my classes right now. Any questions about student tools before I actually get into a big meat tool that I want to talk about? Okay, so the next tool that I'm going to spend the
I'm sorry,
rest. Oh,
I did have a question, sorry.
yes, ma'am.
So for the low kids, is there any way that this can read the questions to them, like for the low students?
Yes, ma'am. Each one of the ones this math review,
Uh-huh.
if you go down further, it has a voice, and it was actually Ari that was reading to the students.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions? And I do have Marissa here. She has been, she's really the Magic School AI like professional, and she's been helping our English teachers a lot with Magic School AI. But I wanted to give something to math teachers. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is custom chatbot. So this custom chatbot lets teachers create their own AI chatbots to guide student learning. You can design a bot to explain concepts, answer questions, and provide hints, giving students interactive support that's tailored to your classroom. Okay, so this one's big because you have to be very specific with what you do with your chatbot. So I'm going to go to Magic School AI. I'm going to go to Student Tools. And I'm going to go over here to Custom Chatbot. So I can name this whatever I want to name it. I'm going to say change this Custom Chatbot to Tool Description. Build a chatbot from scratch with any custom instructions for students to interact with. Third grade. And instructions for chatbot. What does the chatbot do? How does it behave? What should it avoid doing? What tone should it respond with? So I am actually going to go to Gemini. Has anyone used Gemini before? Marissa raised her hand. I have very little, and that's fine. So if you don't know what Gemini is Google's version of ChatGPT. We tend, as a district, to lean more towards Gemini because when you sign into it using your MISD credentials, it keeps all of the data safe. So for example, if you accidentally put in a student ID or a student name, that information is saved, but the AI does not learn from it, and it will not use it for other people's Gemini. So I'm going to go to my waffle and click on Gemini. So it is taking a little bit of time. So while I'm waiting on it, I'm going to grab the TEK that I want it to go over. And I know I want it to do something with equivalent fractions. Which is, I'm going to just grab 3.3F, and I'm going to copy that. So in my prompt, I am going to write, I am Okay, so this is what I just put into this. I said, I'm creating a custom chatbot in Magic School AI for my students to use as a tutor for equivalent fractions. The TEK that I will be going over is 3.3F. I need this chatbot to be friendly, but if my students get off topic, I need it to redirect them. And I do not want this chatbot to give the students answers. I need these directions for this chatbot to be written in 75,000 words or less. And I'm going to click enter. So then it's going to give you all of this information. So then I'm just going to copy all of this. Go back to Magic School AI. And I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to add a file. So the file that I'm actually uploading is the worksheet that my students will be doing. It's taking a minute. This is not what I needed. So I have put it here and it is processing. Just take it a few minutes. Okay, so then if I want to, I can save this as a template, or I can start preview. It is my recommendation that if you're using a custom chatbot, that you try to break it before your students get a hold of it. So it says, hi there, I'm the Fraction Fixer, and I'm here to help you become a fraction superstar. I love helping students like you explore equivalent fraction. Those are fractions that look different but are actually the same amount, like having one big cookie or two smaller cookies that take up the same space. I see we have a fun worksheet to work with that has circles and rectangles to help us understand fractions better. We will be working with fractions with denominators of 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. And I'll help you use pictures and models to see how fractions can be equivalent. What's your name? And are you ready to start exploring some fraction magic together? We can look at the first problem on your worksheet, or if you have any questions about equivalent fractions, I'm here to help guide you through them. Remember, I don't just give you the answers. Instead, I help you discover them by drawing, shading, and thinking about the fractions really mean. Let's have some fun with fractions. And so then your students can talk to it. How you would do this is you could save this room. And just like I did with the other student tool, I can go ahead and assign it in my Google Classroom. And that is it for what I wanted to go over. Are there any questions?
I would like to. I was trying to take a picture of what you put on there for the bot, but you hit enter before I could get to it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So
I don't
like
know.
this,
Yes.
let me.
So I'm like, okay, perfect. Let me just take a quick picture of that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Are there any other
Will
questions?
you be sending this recorded video to us, or can you?
It will actually be on our website. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow, but we can message it out on Eduphoria if you would like it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Are there any other questions? If you no longer have any questions, thank you for sticking around. You did get a full hour credit that goes towards your exchange day, and have a great day. I will stick on the call for a little bit longer just in case you do have more questions. Leticia, I will message you.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you. Have a great day.